Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about baseball, and I'm here to talk about the USA taking down Great Britain 6-1 in Game 1 of the group play for the 2023 World Baseball Classic. The USA kicks off their title defense with a pretty alright win over Great Britain in Game 1. It was not what a lot of Americans expected for this game. 6-2 is perfectly fine. It more than got the job done for the US. It just wasn't the international ass kicking that I think a lot of people thought it was going to be. And kind of to shock everyone, England gets on the board first. Second batter of the game, Trace Thompson homers. It was not a towering, billowing home run, but it was enough to get out, and it's 1-0 England after the top of the first. And while it would be the only run England would get for the first little bit of the game, there was still a lot of foot traffic, and they were knocking at the door quite often. And the US was being patient, they were getting base runners via walks, but they weren't just ripping the cover off the ball, again, like a lot of people expected. But that would only be for the first two innings. The third inning, the United States would get on the board. Nolan Arenado, one of the returning players from the 2017 title run, comes up big, gets the United States on the board first with an RBI double in the third inning, and then Kyle Tucker, no one else has got me, Kyle Tucker's got me, with an RBI single later on that same inning to make it 2-1 US. But then the fourth inning would come along, and the levee would break, because the other Kyle Schwarber, homer, a moonshot, 3-run bomb, and it's 5-1 America. And then Nolan Arenado in the sixth to give the United States a little more insurance with another RBI double to make it a 6-1 lead. But Great Britain in the seventh, Rudd coming home from a Seymour ground out to make it a 6-2 game, which would be the final score of the game. And overall, we didn't really learn anything that we didn't already know from this game. Because coming into the tournament, the US has been touted as having one of the best, maybe the best lineup in not just the history of the United States, just organized baseball in general. Just the top four of Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, Paul Goldschmidt, and Nolan Arenado. Those are four first ballot Hall of Famers sitting at the top of your lineup. The United States' lineup is so unbelievably good that they looked terrible tonight. They had a bad game. You were 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. You left 12 men on base, and you snored your way to 6 runs. Like, the hitting was not great tonight. It's going to be fine. Once they start to roll, they're going to be a just pinball machine on offense. To continue on things that looked great, the bullpen was fantastic to the surprise of absolutely nobody. Jason Adam looked solid out of the pen for the first reliever to come out. Kyle Freeland dominated for 3 innings. He would give up the 1 run, but it was on a ground out, which is kind of funny. He had 3 strikeouts and no walks given up, and Bednar struck out the side in the ninth. The U.S. had 10 strikeouts to 1 walk tonight. They're going to be just fine. And the question mark that we, again, knew coming into the tournament was starting pitching. I'm not going to come out and say that Adam Wainwright pitched a gem, because he kind of didn't. It was a nerve-wracking start for Adam Wainwright. Now, that being said, he gave you 4 innings of 1-run ball. He did get 4 strikeouts. I thought he had some pretty solid swing and miss stuff. I feel comfortable giving him another start. That being said, short leash with Adam Wainwright, because there were a few different moments that I really thought the wheels were going to completely fall off early in this game. But we knew that going into the tournament. If the lineup can get rolling, if the bullpen can look like it did tonight, and if your starting pitching can just give you solid innings, 3, maybe 4 inning outings, you're going to be golden. I also think it's abundantly clear that the United States just did not give England a chance. They completely looked past them for this first game, and it showed for the first 2 innings. Positive, the United States was able to go in with one mindset, realize that it isn't going to work, and adapt and overcome it. Now, granted, you might say, Weston, you shouldn't be bragging about overcoming England, and I would say you are correct, but I want to end on a positive note, so they overcame it. And this all leads into tomorrow, because America gets ready to take on Mexico in what could be an all-timer, as the Americans want to kind of right the ship from this game, even though it was a win, and Mexico heads into it knowing that they absolutely cannot start the tournament 0-2. It's at 10 o'clock tomorrow. America sends Nick Martinez, and Mexico will send Patrick Sandoval. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. But as for right now, that's all I have. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and go States.